Hello, humans and pets. We're using the stand again.
45
Whatever.
minutes later, we're trying to
Yeah,
use the stand.
I'm trying to figure out like the best spot to do it consistently. We're figuring it out, so bear with us and please leave like criticism and critique constructively.
Or
so that way-
suggestions, right?
Yeah,
Right.
so that way we can see if you like this a little better. I think the angle's a little better. What we got today was a suggestion from you guys. It's a market basket steak and cheese bomb.
I'm ready for it.
So some of you might not know what a market basket is, but market is in the name. So you can tell it's a grocery store chain in New England and maybe only New England. I'm not quite sure.
I'm not sure where Market Basket's out of.
But we got the steak and cheese bomb. It is $6.99 before tax.
That right off the bat, I don't know what it tastes like. I don't even know what it looks like because they stuck it in the bag
in a
right
bag.
off the bat.
It's gonna be a surprise
But it's
for us.
already almost a foot long.
Maybe
For $6.99.
We'll see. I mean, the question is like how much steak is there? Is the bread good?
Oh,
Stuff
100%.
like that.
There's a
but
lot
this
of
is a grocery
variables.
store, and a lot of grocery stores, at least in New England, have a lot of like food mart areas where they cook food.
Right.
So you can like order food and then they cook it, and it's usually kind of cheap.
It's hot.
And
I will
it sells
say that.
a lot, and it's always busy. But
It's hot.
I have no clue how it's gonna be. So thank you for the suggestion. If you want to see more stuff like this, maybe we try other, grocery chains and stuff.
Now, on a good
Yes.
note, I was thinking this was going to be something that was pre-made and something that was going to be,
Yeah.
like it was going to, we literally watched the kid cook it in front of us.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
it's not pre-made. You can order it.
no, that's what I'm saying. I
So-
thought it was going to be something pre-made sitting on the shelf, but it's not. So, it's good
Okay.
and hot. I'll say that.
We take the big half. So what does it look like?
It actually
Looks very good.
looks very good.
You ready?
Yep. So, if you look at it, that's a generous amount of meat.
Yeah,
look
some
at
of my steaks like, unlike the, is that pepper? It might be pepperoni.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh no, they
don't
definitely
know.
have something else in there.
There's a bunch of stuff in here, but so there's a bunch of steak,
Yep,
As
it
you
looks
can
like
see,
pepperoni. We did get the bomb.
some peppers, some onions. It looks like pepperoni
It is pepperoni.
or like some sort of cured meat,
Which
which
I
is
just took a
interesting.
piece of it out.
I like that though. That's kind of cool. There's crickets, not in the sandwich.
Sorry, that's in
Um,
my. You can shut my phone off.
Okay, well let's see. It's nice
I'm ready
and
to
warm.
try. It's nice and warm. I want to say, first of all, obviously they use fresh bread that they made because this is super soft.
Yeah, or it's just since it was in with the, it was
Could be.
warm. You
Just
know what
gotta
I mean?
heat it up.
Yeah.
That's right.
You can taste the onions and the peppers. And
A generous amount of cheese.
I said surprise me, and she said American.
Mm-hmm.
So
You'd have to go
No
way back in the
surprise.
channel. We love way back. No pun intended. You'd have to go way back in the channel to see that we did a steak and cheese.
I see.
This is way better
Yeah,
than what I remember that one being.
Wayback's like it's a chain. It's more of like a local thing, I feel like, but it's like a substantial,
They make excellent
There we
burgers.
go.
Their steak
Very
and
good
cheese was
burgers.
not good.
pretty good shakes. Their steak and cheese was a mess. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It just wasn't to expectation because their burgers are so good. So it was not like we got deceived or anything, but we expected more of it.
I love the fact that they got this weird meat in here. I love that. It adds a different flavor. I'm curious your take on it.
Yeah.
I'm going to give my take on
It's
it first.
just like
There's normally I
ground
wait for
chopped steak, right? It's not like shreds of it. You know what I mean? It's just like chopped stuff. The pepperoni is it's a weird touch. I really enjoy it though.
you. Okay.
It adds like a saucy, I mean not saucy, salty, kind of like a kick.
I'm going to rewind back to recently we just did the Jersey Mike's. And you didn't care for the mayo that was in there?
Yeah, it was weird. It was off-putting. It was like a sour sauce.
Now that he's got it lower, you can see that I eat just like Ryan today.
Yeah,
I can't
dropped
get
all
any.
of it.
I can't get any in my mouth.
Yeah. And mind you, there's still this much left of mine.
I just want to say,
Because it might look like this is the whole sub. Which would,
yeah, because I got a whole nother half. I would 1,000% get this again. This is an actually really good steak and cheese. Like,
it's very classic, other than the pepperoni. which is like the curveball here.
That's what I like about
That's the pizzazz here. But it's just a standard steak and cheese. It's not like there's not like a big gravy inside. It's seasoned.
it. Yeah, but that's what a steak and cheese
It's a salt and pepper.
It's kind of seasoned with just the cheese.
Yeah, I wish there was a little more cheese in mine.
The only thing, me too.
But there's a ton of steak, a lot more than I expected.
1,000% I agree with that.
And is it the best quality steak? No, it's just kind of like shreds of whatever. But I mean, you season it up and you cook it with the onions and the peppers. It works very well.
My thing is though, it's super moist. It's not dry. The onions and peppers add a nice flavor to it.
Yes.
The pepperoni is just a cool little twist.
It's such a weird change.
I actually, $6.99. This half that we just got was the size of the Jersey Mike's one that we paid what, $12.99 for?
But it was probably like $15 knowing them.
I like this way better.
Yeah, I see that this is the big thing where these guys aren't competing with the chains.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's not like a big like a chain competition sort of thing. Oh, you can keep it on. I kind of like it. Okay. I like the elements of it. I don't like the prices that like restaurants and chains can like charge,
right? Just
because their competitor also charges very similar prices,
right?
It's like a very weird dynamic that I've never really thought about until recently. But there's a lot of places like grocery stores or like the bodegas, the extra marts, like the little like what do you call it? A convenience store, and they have like a little like grill, and like they cook food in the convenience store like gas station, stuff like that. Like that is like sometimes on par, if not better, than a lot of the stuff you can get from these big chains or from these big like restaurants and companies.
Speaking of which, Uncle Michael told us we have to go to the West Brookfield because they have supposed to be some of the best chicken he's ever had in his life in a gas station.
Yeah.
And so if you want to see something like that, leave a comment down below. We'll drive out there and get it. But just curiosity factor.
You find those places, and it's like,
yeah.
In this case, it's very good.
This is better than some steak and cheese we've had.
Inexpensive when compared to the other ones.
Yep.
And it's very convenient.
Yeah. You
just wait for 8 minutes.
I would 1,000% get this again. It's moist. No. It's tasty. It's not dry. Mm-hmm. It's bigger and better than the one we had at Wayback. It's way bigger than the one that in half the price that we just did at that Jersey Mike's.
Yeah. I mean, the beauty of this is that it's simplistic, no over-the-top prices, because no over-the-top ingredients. You know what I mean? Like, this is all relatively cheap to make.
Yep.
Other than the steak. Like, what's like, this is not even half a pepper and half an onion for the whole sub. You know what I mean?
I get it, but the funny thing is, I guess, or maybe
they're probably making $3 or $4 off this.
Maybe I'm the weird one, but
that's how I look at it.
Very rarely can think of a time when I went to a supermarket and bought pre-cooked food. And that's what this is. But it's actually very good. I always expected it to be junk, to be honest with you. I just would never think to go to a supermarket.
No, you used to get the chicken all the time when it would like...
But the only time I bought the chicken when we had it at Shaw's, because normally it was like $5 for the container, and I would get it when they want to throw it away, and they'd mark it down 8 pieces for like $3. Like and then that was always legit. That was always good. I never got it hot though. I never went in and got a hot meal.
I always feel awkward, which I shouldn't, because it's pretty much just like a diner.
That place was packed.
Take it and leave it.
The place was packed.
It always is. I mean, it's so convenient, and people who like can't cook or don't want to cook or just want like a nice warm meal that they can just enjoy on the go or wherever when they have a moment, it's like, this is perfect. And it's very convenient, and that's what I love about it is like it's also where you buy all your food. So like a big thing that people do is they go to the store, they eat at the store. Normally they have like a little like dining tables sometimes, like you can kind of sit down or you can go in your car or just stand outside awkwardly and eat your food, and then you go shopping so you don't shop hungry. It's like the classic don't shop hungry because you buy more stuff, like more impulse buys or whatever. But that is a technique that people do to lower the cost of their, I
want to say this size
receipt
has more cheese. This is very good. I'm 9 out of 10. This is up there.
9 out of 10?
This is up there with one of the better steak and cheese. You know what I mean? Like even our favorite place, the Regatta Deli. The last time we went, remember I was getting a bunch of knuckles in my meat. Like I had that
No.
like the crunchy. Like I was getting like gristle, and I was like, oh, how did I get ones? You don't remember that? I was complaining, and he's like, well, you picked the wrong one.
Yeah, I don't know.
like that they have cured meat in this.
It's very weird. I really enjoy it. It's not like weird in a bad way. It's weird in like a strange. I didn't expect it.
Again, we got the steak and cheese bomb. They do have just a steak and cheese, which I'm assuming doesn't have all the extra
stuff.
Which I
think is like $5.99 or something.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember.
But like, I would rather have the peppers, the onions. I don't know if there's mushrooms in here.
This is really good. This is really good. I would get this again.
Yeah. It's not like it's difficult to make this. You just chop up a bunch of steak, put some cheese on it, and let it sit for a couple minutes.
I understand
that.
It off. It's super simple, and that's why I wanted to get.
That's why when you do something like, and you change it with a Jersey Mike's, and you add like that weird sauce to it.
I didn't mind that though.
It messed it up for me. Like I would give this like an 8 or 9. Like I'm up there with like, this is just, it's good food. It's cheap. It's worth it.
1,000% went into this saying it's going to be okay, but it's going to be dry.
Really?
It's not going to be good. Like I didn't have any faith in this at all.
It is so hard to make it dry because the meat should be juicy, and the cheese should be like melty.
You say that, but way back was Subway's first one we had no flavor, no taste.
I don't think the first one was steak.
Yeah, I'm just saying it didn't have. I remember the first one we did had no flavor, no taste. I didn't watch them to see, but this does. I mean, it tastes like flavored meat though. Like it's not all dried out. This is very good.
Yeah, it's just like they didn't overcook it, and they might have added salt and pepper. I don't know if they did, or if it's just the pepperoni and the peppers and onions.
I really think that's what added to it. It really does, and the fact that you cook it in its own grease just adds to the flavor. The more growing up, I was a grill guy. Everything tastes better on the grill. The more I start eating stuff, that's why I was trying to convince you to get a flat top so that we could start doing food. You can do it in a pan too. I understand that. But I was just saying, like, the more I get smash patties or the more I cook like that. Yeah. We used to do steakums. So just to your point, a little package of steakums is not cheap. They're expensive nowadays. Yeah. You know what I mean? This is a better version of that.
But if you're buying it in bulk, which I'm sure they do, and it's probably just the cuts of steak that don't make it into the thing. I mean, if they can afford to make it cheap, people will come back for it. You know, you'll get more returning customers if you make all right food that's cheap than good food that's expensive. Just because it's expensive, you know?
This is a 10 out of 10 if they would have threw jalapeno peppers in here. Honestly, to me. This was that good. This is that good.
I don't know if they have any, but that would be good. This
rivals the Regatta Delis we had.
No. But the difference is the bread is just, like, all the ingredients are just they're just good. They're fine. Like, there's nothing insanely amazing about them. There's nothing that's deterring you away. It's just like Regatta Deli is just better bread, better steak.
No, I get it. There's nothing that doesn't work with this sandwich, though, to me. This is actually just good. The only thing I think that could be better is if they dip this in an au jus and I had like a double dipped one. That's about it. This is
like a French dip.
Yeah. I agree with your thing. I would like a little more cheese. But to me, this was a hit. This was an absolute hit.
Yeah. And my favorite...
Sorry, I took a bite too.
My favorite part of like the steak and cheese bombs is normally the vegetables. You know, so I would have liked a little bit more vegetables.
A little more onions and peppers, yep.
I just liked onions and peppers.
It's not the perfect sandwich, but for $6.99, I mean, the only thing that can rival it is Subway has a $6.99 deal, which we'll probably end up doing because it's good for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, they have like a buy one get one $6.99 or something.
Yeah, it's.
Or maybe not buy one get one.
No, it's you put in a promo code and you can get it for $6.99. So it would rival these sandwiches. So maybe we'll do your loaded sandwich that you were talking about on it or something like that. But
the moral of the story is that sometimes it's a mess. In this case, it's a hit.
I would get this again in a heartbeat.
For the price, it's really good. For the food, it's just good food. And it's relatively inexpensive. It's fast service. And
we went to go get, because Uncle Michael has been raving about Market Basket's chicken nuggets for years. But they had a certain peppery, spicy one. They didn't have it today. So we'll have to keep an eye out and do his suggestion. Eating this makes me not hate the idea of going back and getting something else that somebody else makes. So if there is other supermarket food, this was better than half of the restaurants we've gone
Any
to.
stuff like this. So if you guys just want us to like go back and try way back steak and cheese, or maybe go and like just try like a steak and cheese bomb, something similar.
This rivaled the one we had at
another
D'Angelo's.
menu like at a store.
D'Angelo's. This rivaled that. No, D'Angelo's. When we went to D'Angelo's, and I really liked their steak and cheese bomb. This was,
I don't remember.
Yeah, no, this was as good.
I don't know, man.
It's been a long time.
Don't get me wrong, it's very good, and it has been a long time. But like, it's a good quality sandwich, but like, there can be a step up, and I think there's a lot of places that hit that mark, and there's a lot of places that haven't. That we've tried on the channel.
It's a good precedence to go to now. That Charlie's cheesesteak I keep wanting to try.
Yeah,
I don't have any idea.
Really
if you
want
to
go,
again, he's fighting me on it. I was negative on this one. I would get this again. That was that good to me.
You were negative?
I didn't think it was going to be good. I wasn't negative, but I wasn't looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting another one. That was phenomenal.
Yeah, I think the big takeaway is a lot of people are negative about grocery store food. Because it's like, you could just buy the food and cook it yourself. So, like, why would I trust somebody who works at a grocery store for probably minimum wage to make me my food?
In my head,
is crazy because every fast food place is minimum wage.
No, in my head, I was honestly thinking this was going to be a pre-made sandwich sitting on a shelf in a warmer.
Which they have.
Right, so you can get like the Italian ones like that. So I thought it was going to taste like that. It was just going to be meh. That's it. This one, he just finished chefing it up right when he threw it in the thing, and it's piping hot.
The Italian ones can be good sometimes.
I'm not saying that,
it all depends on the place, with the quality of the ingredients.
I agree with you.
Stuff like how long it's been sitting, but
I'm not opposed to eating them either. I've eaten them. Yeah. But I'm just saying, I expected this to just be okay. This was better than okay to me. This was better than okay.
Well,
so
thanks for watching. Thank you for this suggestion.
Yes. Yeah. Any more suggestions? Please leave a comment down below, because so far, all you guys that are making suggestions are hitting it out of the park.
Yeah, it's been pretty on point. So
with the smash burger there that we went and got, that was phenomenal. This was excellent. I would hands down get this again for $6.99. It's a steal. It was a full foot long. Yeah. We got a 6-inch one for like $12 when we went to Jersey Mike's. And
that's because it's Jersey Mike's.
I don't think it competes. I think this is better.
You're paying for Danny DeVito.
I'm just saying, this one was better.
He hand makes you a sandwich.
That would be funny. I would pay it then. But
maybe. I don't know. I'd rather just ask for his autograph.
Right.
You know, maybe I'll give him the autograph as my payment.
So again, keep the suggestions coming. This was a hit to me. I loved it. Hey, I really did.
Well, thanks for the suggestion. Go try it if you have a market basket near you, or maybe just don't be as skeptical about supermarket food.
Well, anything, because I'm sure everybody. I mean, there's got to be a Kroger's, or there's got to be a supermarket that does that. Your Market 32 used to do it, and that was just so Price Chopper has to have it. Shaw's definitely has it.
You're kind of just naming every. I mean, Walmart has it.
No, I understand that.
It depends on the one, but
I don't think I've ever seen them have pre-cooked. Like they'll cook food for you right there.
Yeah, they also have, I don't know, the bakery section, and they also have...
but they're not making pizzas, is what I'm trying to say.
Probably not pizzas, no. But I'm sure they have, like, a sandwich area in some Walmarts. I mean, I'd say most stores nowadays do, because it's most of the sales. I'm going to be realistic here. But this is the review. Thanks for watching. Check out Less Cash, More Mash. Link in the description. Have fun over there. And hope you enjoyed the video.